put respect to that, man. But what you think about the disc record that King Combs came out with, where he was coming at 50 and coming at everybody, coming at his dad? Like, how you feel about that record?
Well, first,
I'm gonna tell you, young man, two of you understand, so don't invite a man to your privy, because he will see you and take your head off. This is particularly true for individuals who are perceived as F you don't S, or let a boy do a man's job. I'm not sure if he needs or wants that kind of attention, but it's obvious that he does. But if he's the wrong guy, the infamous words, walk flocking that, go hard in the paint, and I don't think that this I told you that the southern area of New York does not play. So King Cojet placed another battery in their back, and you saw what happened after he did that. Cat will even put out some garbage like that, and he truly had no idea what he was doing. He was making fun of the federal government. Do you notice that as soon as he gave the press a leak, he immediately said, well, we did this and we did that, we had this over here. You guys went to the WR house some to see how long we are to see it and run. This is an action role, so don't play with the feds, bro. They have a lot of time, and all they have is time. They want to sit there, and people are sitting up there waiting for something to be fixed. They want to hurry up and charge Dewey with something. Or they want to see what they have on the fans who will take their time. It could take 6 months, a year, 2 years, or even 3 years to bring that case up. They have 3 years, so they are checking everything. People on the streets are saying that everyone is scratching their heads and wondering what's really going on.
Say to this young man before somebody take his head off, because see, that's that new school bull crap with these kids out here. They easily fly off their mouth.
Because Joy claimed that Diddy had threatened his life, but now that he's gone silent, the tea is too hot to handle falling through. They're gonna dot all the I's and cross all the T's. I mean, a lot of people feel like he played a part in that video coming up. He's making a comment, saying that they forgot to rent the house next door that his dad owns. Is there more to this tale than just me? The fractures in private are housespite. The public can discover the truth and is saying volumes via Gene's silence, so prepare for a delectable celebrity scandal. Is Gene actually afraid to divulge what really occurred with Diddy, or is he just attempting to manufacture drama for attention? I've spent 27 years in law enforcement, and in that time I've seen a lot. But nothing quite like H, a place where the state police, Department of Corrections, fans, and NYP come together. Picture it. Half a basketball court lined with rows of computers, officers from every background staring intently at the screens, monitoring every move. And if you think no one's watching that kid who stirred the pot, think again. Whoever is managing that case saw it all and took it straight to their boss. You might brush it off as petty, but it's not. You don't poke a lion with a pork chop and expect to walk away unscathed. That's exactly what that kid did. Many feel like he knew what he was doing in that video, and now he's getting noticed. It's no surprise some blame him, but what they don't realize is that he's a narcissist who needs to be seen. Yesterday, TMZ caught him on camera. I'm not telling the man what to do, but why leave your own compound knowing the press is waiting? He didn't have a choice but to flaunt that picture of himself and his father around his neck. The public isn't giving him any sympathy. Meanwhile, rumors about a rocky history between Gandal and Diddy have resurfaced, and with it, questions. People are asking, is he lying? Are we witnessing the end of his reign? The fallout of a betrayal? It's the stuff you only hear whispered behind closed doors. Some say he should apologize to Big's mother, calling it a quick apology for dragging her son into a deadly game. And now they're saying he's about to pull a Russell. For years, the shady business dealings and backstabbing of Hollywood's elite have been hidden. Diddy and Gene used to be inseparable, attending exclusive parties, mingling with Hollywood's most powerful, but things soured. Whispers of betrayal, ego, and hidden agendas emerged, culminating in a public blowout that shocked everyone. It's wild, my friend, and I had a feeling you'd reach out. I saw an interview hinting at deep resentment, and it hit me that this story was just heating up. When I saw Diddy's latest headlines, I knew a call was coming. So what's your take on today's video release? Did he really put his hands on C? It's wild. Some are saying it's exactly what Gene wanted. But remember, even when things seem chaotic, There's a bigger plan. God has a purpose in this, even if we don't fully understand it yet. You know, Cassie was lying, Gene was lying, Rob was lying, and everyone was lying on D, but Diddy was the only one who told the truth. He said, "You just keep watching, the truth will come out soon." And you saw what happened. He punched the little girl in the head. "You don't even kick a dog, man," he said. "You don't even kick a dog, bro. You're kicking that little girl like she's a dog." That was crazy, and any man with a sister or that guy should treat that female the same way he did. I still can't believe what I saw in that video, man. The way he kicked her was like he was kicking the field goal, man, bro. When I first saw him run down, I had flashbacks of him and Ja running out of the room. Of course, with the other girl and, her name being Sarah. Then, when I saw him run down the hallway, I had flashbacks of the same gang being pursuing. Since then, there has been a simmering conflict between the two. Yes. As they have been making subtle jabs at each other in interviews on social media, never fully telling the truth. I was like, what the hell? And then he put his hands on no jokes aside, because I know it's not a laughing matter. Man, CU just was awful, bro. I don't even know how...
Tell you something. If anything or any name that had to do with Bad Boy, the federal government's going to run that. They know all the properties.
About the true story behind this quiet standoff, but neither Diddy nor Gene have been willing to spill the beans. However, the plot has thickened even more, with Jane's shocking claim that Diddy threatened his life. Did Diddy really cross the line? Or is Jane just stirring things up to get attention? I mean, see you. Believe it, dude. As I said, you have been telling me tales and doing interviews with me for years about D, but the action is like, I wouldn't ever let him do that around me, so he probably never did anything like that. You know, when I got the aftermath, they told me to go to St. Luke's Hospital because PFF was there. And that's what happened when Kim cut his wrist with that piece of coarse spoon on his right wrist. They posted pictures of Kim's bandaged wrist online. She leaves the presidential suite after he plays fight with her, and we have a large room in the Swiss hotel. I say, yeah, I'm all right, it ain't nothing, and she responds, yeah, you're good. She then returns to the room with Diddy's brother, Love, or whatever he calls him. So you know it's always the aftermath or something like that, bro, but in front of you all, people commit crimes, perpetrate crimes, in the presence of criminals. You know, Puff knew who to do that stuff around, and that was crazy, man. Well, if the man wasn't a PA, any man with a child would have seen that and said, yo, I want to beat the you-know-what-I'm-saying. We can't say that on TV, the internet, or YouTube, but any man who saw that would have wished they could put their hands on Dodie at that time. It was crazy, and when I saw it, you know, I could imagine what Kim went through. I could imagine what Lisa went through. I looked at that thing. I think I assumed that the people watching it were the ones who were watching it because, you know, those hotels have security guards who watch that stuff. And if they didn't call the police, they should be in jail. I don't care what people say. Whoever watched that tape and didn't turn it in to the authorities should be charged. Why do you think the video is hardly being released at the moment? It is likely that these two have a lengthy history of G and Diddy's relationship is far from over. But the real question on everyone's mind is what exactly Diddy allegedly said to G. The specifics of this purported thread have been kept under wraps. Their animosity dates back to their time as bitter enemies on Earth. And Pal's most recent shocking accusation seems like the roller coaster ride of drama and entry. There's a lot of room for speculation and rumors under wraps, and now Homeland Security is involved. I warned you that everyone talking about you had nothing on him. Listen to me, his stupid kid, and come out and create this entire tap so you can realize what they don't have. When was the last time he hit you? He had hit you before, yes, and we were at the hotel when he blacked my eye. Homeland Security reviewed Sai's information and interviewed her. At this point, they said, okay, we G should get in touch and see if the footage now, and they have to keep that stuff in the archive. They have to have that security footage in the archive somewhere. So they work the entire land security department and say, listen to me, this is just for accidents like this day. For example, if you say you fell down the stairs, The hotel has cameras in the hallway and stairs so they can see that you didn't fall down and everything, but you claim you did at a certain time. They go through the entire footage, so they had to keep that in some sort of archive. Now that she told them the day and time it happened, they get in touch with the security staff and the people who growth. They submitted it to them because they didn't want to lose their insurance. And they said, listen, we're going to subpoena that information you have in the archive. They want to keep their insurance. The hotel claims that they don't want to lose the items they insure, so pay attention to what they do. They give it to you. There will be a lot of material given to you. Why do you believe they and you? I informed him that I had obtained all of the tax returns and documentation for the 18 other businesses he was doing business with. The Southern District of New York is not interested in losing anything, as evidenced by their conviction rates of 98.2%. Go ahead, man. I apologize for that. What was your initial reaction when you saw that video? I was tired of the stomach, man. You know, when you have daughters, you just hope that no one puts you in jail like that, because any real man knows that if someone puts their hands on their kids like that, you know, kicking him like the dog, my first thought was, as an endless drama and competition roller coaster. It's not simply a dispute that makes headlines, it's a story in which people are engrossed, and every new development appears to highlight how venomous their hostility has become. The world is now waiting to find out what Diddy really said and why it generated such a fuss, as rumors of a threat he supposedly made to G are circulating. There is still much to learn about the nature of this purported danger, and speculation is raging. The fact that Homeland Security has apparently joined the battle adds to its explosiveness. Naturally, the hotel has interests to safeguard. The hotel was fast to cooperate with Homeland Security's request for the film, providing all the information required to maintain their insurance, since they didn't want to lose it. If it turns out many people are wondering why it took was in so danger long on their premises, to start, they know that Puff may cause most a likely hiccup in paid the business. security personnel. The hotel quickly because turned he over the knew videos it was on to camp avoid when he any arrived in further the hallway. repercussions, since when they she didn't arrived want in to the hallway and jeopardize went to their the assets phone, and she went liability straight to insurance. security, because that's what emergency purpose Then is there's the on. larger picture, Therefore, which includes Diddy's either emergency intricate network of
owner
companies
or
someone
and
handling an
financial
emergency
transactions,
situation,
which
investigators
was
are
there
also
when she
looking
picked
at.
up that PA.
According to sources, a substantial amount of paperwork pertaining to Diddy's money, tax returns, and the data of 18 other companies he owns has been acquired. Although this may not appear connected, every detail matters in high-stakes investigations. Investigators are investigating every facet of his life and business endeavors, leaving no detail unexplored. Specifically, it involves the Southern District of New York, which is renowned for its impressive conviction record of 98.2%. Their track record demonstrates their dedication to justice and ability to hold even the most influential people accountable. There could be a chance to hold Diddy responsible in a manner that has escaped him up to this point if his previous behavior can be linked to the present circumstance. When you think about what can happen to Diddy's family and other loved ones, the narrative just becomes more heartbreaking. My stomach churned as I viewed the most recent footage that came to light. For every parent of a girl, the thought of their kid being in danger is terrifying. As a parent, you take every precaution to keep your kids safe, so the thought of someone hurting them is unimaginable. You would stop at nothing to protect them. But what if the offender is a well-known person with influential contacts? Even the most well-connected persons may sometimes face consequences, despite the adage that celebrity and influence can protect one from them. That idea seems to be put to the test in this instance. The course of Diddy's life may drastically shift when the Southern District intensifies its inquiry. Although the court of public opinion has already begun rendering decisions, in the context of judicial procedures, facts are more important than hearsay, and there will be immediate and serious repercussions if Homeland Security's conclusions support Tsai's account. Meanwhile, the public has been enthralled with the narrative, with innumerable spectators unable to take their eyes off the turmoil that is developing. The mystery behind G and Diddy's relationship, which seems to be more of a tale of treachery than a partnership, becomes even more complex with each new revelation. The journalists, fans, and critics are all holding their breath, observing and anticipating the next development. Given that Homeland Security, Dude, it's likely that many other women have had the same issue with elderly boys. For example, Gina, who appeared on the Tasha K program, said that he had kicked her and was pounding her in the side of her head. Can you picture the ordeal she endured? She was also pregnant, so come on, dude. You won't believe the details I'm about to share regarding the whole Gene and Diddy situation. Gene is claiming that Diddy threatened his life personally. Can you believe how quickly things can go wrong after they were best friends? The issue is that we don't know whether there is any tangible proof to back up this baseless accusation. Since John has been extremely quiet about the details, everyone is interested in knowing exactly what happened between these two. Did he say anything that went too far? Or is he just trying to stir up drama to get attention? Do you return to work to be in the entertainer business? I don't want to bring up this man's story because it's old and I know he's trying to move on, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Ray Rice, his wife spat in his face, and he did what he did in that elevator. He hasn't played a football game since. I don't know if he went overseas and played or something, but he did not play in the NFL. He was a fantastic running back, but he hasn't played a single game since. Going to have anything to do with, and he will return to work when they reveal this further information. I won't be shocked if he does the ultimate S, which is suicide. And he's because, dude, he's so narcissistic that he couldn't bear to be nowhere and unnoticed. His entire career was about getting noticed by the public. It was about him taking other people's dreams and turning them into his own. Now, neither he nor his children would take anything from Sean Puffy or Bad Boy. Cones once more. Wow, that's crazy to hear, man. Did you think there was a slight chance he might commit suicide? He was talking about killing himself at the City College thing. Yo, big F ASAP, F say, yo man, we gotta watch him, man, this, and talking about killing himself. So if you're that weak, I said let. And you, Jay, why you said that? Listen, man, he's no beneficial to anybody. He's talking about hurting himself. His life doesn't belong to him. God, from what I know from being around him, you know everything that's split on this one. He should be working his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil we have been worshiping that made him believe that's the true God. Some people are writing strongly in support of Gene, pointing out that Diddy has a history of being a tough guy, and that he could have definitely made a threat in that way. They're also blaming Diddy for. Some people are singing and wondering if he's just chasing publicity because a death threat is a serious matter. And if G really had the receipts, wouldn't he have revealed them by now? Others think that GIZ is just trying to get his name in the headlines and make Diddy look bad without any real